Alright, I'm gonna keep this intro really quick because I don't usually make videos like this, but I wanted to make this video because I thought it'd be fun. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. So I've been a PC gamer since 2017-ish, after I was very disappointed in the 8th generation of consoles, and I thought that I could do better on the PC for basically the same cost, and lo and behold, I was correct. I got my first gaming PC in mid-2017. I never looked back. But in that first year and a half-ish, I still had consoles. I kind of split my time between the two, but there were a few games during that time period that really kind of pushed me over to the PC full time and really showed me what the platform was capable of. And I kind of wanted to make a sequel of sorts to this video. In this video, I explained all of the reasons why I think PC is better than console, but in this video, I want to talk about the games that really illuminated that for me, that really illuminated all of the reasons that PC is better than console for me personally, and the games that finally pushed me over the edge to being a full-time PC gamer. And since YouTube likes list videos, I'm gonna go with 10 of them, which is, I guess, more or less how many there were. I might be leaving some out, but I just don't remember right now, which means I guess they weren't very important. Okay, so these are the 10 games that made me a PC gamer. Woo! Okay. I got into H1Z1 at a really awkward time. If you think PUBG was the first Battle Royale game on the market, you're dumb or you're player unknown. Oh, and by the way, a lot of the game footage in this video is going to be from other people because obviously I don't have footage of these 10 random games laying around, so I have links in the description to everyone's gameplay. But H1Z1 was obviously the first Battle Royale game I ever played, but it was also one of the first PC shooters I got really into. One of the first PC multiplayer shooters, at least, that I got really into. I was terrible at it. I was horrendously bad at it. I kind of got thrown into the deep end here because I was brand new to mouse and keyboard aiming, using a keyboard as opposed to a controller. So obviously, Joe, why wouldn't you jump into one of the most sweaty and hardcore PC shooters on the market at the time? But there was something about H1Z1 that I just absolutely loved, and there's something about that game that scratched an itch that no other Battle Royale game really has since. But H1Z1 was just so goddamn fun. It was just so unique. The sound design was so tight. The shooting felt so interesting. And because I was so new to PC shooters, I didn't really have a radar for how janky some of the mechanics in that game were. I was never good at H1Z1, and I got into H1Z1 less than 2 months before the infamous combat update came and literally ruined the entire thing. So for those 2 months, that was fun. After those 2 months, I think I played like 2 hours. But it planted the seed for me. It helped ease me into PC shooters, and I had a blast with it. And then a similar thing happened to me when I played Ring of Elysium. Is another Battle Royale game that was absolute fire for a while and then just went to shit. And I never touched it again after that. But during the first initial, I don't want to put a number on how long Ring of Elysium was actually on the snow map, like back when it actually was the original vision of the game with the original map, with the original atmosphere, with that original tone. I was hooked on Ring of Elysium during that time period. It was the only Battle Royale game that I had played that really scratched the same itch as H1Z1 did. It was very mobile. It was much more arcadey than games like PUBG, which was out at the time and that I had tried, but it just never really clicked with me. And also, Ring of Elysium did this masterful genius thing of spawning you into the game with a gun, so you wouldn't just get fucked for not getting a gun first. Gee willikers, what a concept. But Ring of Elysium was just awesome. It scratched the same itch as H1Z1 while still having some really unique mechanics like the action sports elements. And even though the second map was it was nowhere near as good as the original one, the second map had a flippin' grappling hook or a zipline thing, which was neat. I played a little bit of that. It was neat, but nothing really hit as hard as that original snow map. And it's another game that, even though I didn't get to play it for very long because it didn't stay in that original form for very long, but it went a really long way to getting me really into PC PvP shooters. I loved this game. I really miss it. If you're a regular viewer of my channel, this one's going to sound strange because I have literally never once said I like this game. In fact, I have said many times that I actively do not like this game. And I'm talking about vanilla Modern Warfare 2. Like, just you buy Modern Warfare 2 on Steam and boot it, and that's the version I was playing. I wasn't playing IW4X. I wasn't playing any fan projects. I was playing vanilla MW2. This was around the time that I first got into PC games, and I wanted to get into online PC shooters, but I wanted to, stay with something familiar. And at the time that I looked at the Steam charts, MW2 was the most popular Call of Duty game, so I just clicked it, I downloaded it, I got into it, and you know what? I owe a lot to Modern Warfare 2 today. I absolutely hated this game on console. I still think it's one of the most overrated games of all time. I think the game design of Modern Warfare 2 is genuinely atrocious in a lot of ways, but it's also one of my most played games on Steam because when I was first getting the hang of mouse and keyboard aiming, I was playing Modern Warfare 2. The super fast time to kill, that zip zap time to kill, honestly made me a much better PC shooter player than I would have been otherwise. I was never good at it, but I played the shit out of it for reasons I just don't understand. And even though I think Modern Warfare 2 is one of the most overrated games of all time, I can't deny that it was a really big part of me transitioning from console to PC. I needed something that felt familiar to me in terms of concept and understanding, and it helped me get good at mouse and keyboard aim. And while we're on the topic, Black Ops 4 was the first Call of Duty game, like new Call of Duty game, that I bought on PC instead of console. And even though I had a lot of gripes with the game itself, it, much like Modern Warfare 2, was a big part of pushing me into getting good and getting invested in mouse and keyboard shooters and PC PvP shooters. There were also a lot of really stupid things about the Black Ops 4 PC port that made me very familiar with things like settings menus and Control-Alt-Delete Task Manager. And Black Ops 4, just as a game, in terms of the game design, is a game that I've kind of softened to over the years, and I'm still waiting on them to put this game on Steam. They never will, because Blackout is part of this game, and if they put Blackout on Steam, it's going to completely remove the reason for Warzone to exist. But for all its faults and all the shit that I've given it, Black Ops 4 was a big part of my transition from console to PC. And now with all the ultra AAA games out of the way, let's get into some weird ones, some more PC-specific ones. Whoa, hold your horses there. We can't continue with the video. We gotta do the Doofus Club shout-outs. So the Doofus Club is my channel membership team name. If you go join the channel for 99 cents a month, you get some emojis and you get to be part of the Doofus Club. And part of being in the Doofus Club is getting shouted out in every single new video. So the Doofus Club, as of November 20th, I recorded this video in advance. I'm sorry if you've joined the Doofus Club since then. I promise you will be in future shoutouts, but I'm traveling for Thanksgiving, so I've recorded this video like a week in advance. So the Doofus Club as of today is, and I'm gonna read it backwards this time so the order doesn't get too predictable: Hero Culture 2, Luke Bayless, Bloodline, Extreme the Wolf 7, Tooney Wayne, Gaming with Dead People, Joe Taku, Puddin' Tane, Joey Scoops, Jidge, Totally Not Retro, Westa, Wannabe Hobo, Master of Nothing, Billet 310 Char, Gextar, Veg, Rob's C, Curtin Allen Spack, Crumpet Kun, The Scrum Master, The Groovy Banana. So join the Doofus Club for 99 cents a month. You get a couple fun emojis, you get shoutouts in every single video, you get the badge next to your name, and you get more stuff as I think of more stuff to add to the Doofus Club. And if for no other reason, continue joining the Doofus Club and I will continue having to shout out every single person on the list in every single video. This is going to be interesting as we go on. Okay, bye. If you remember this game, you get a fucking gold star and a cookie from me. See, there was SCP-087 and then there was SCP-087-B. 087-B was more of an elaborate game and that got a lot more attention, but SCP-087, the original, just the staircase game, this game blew my mind. I'm not kidding when I say this game blew my fucking mind. Because at the time, I was still like pretty engrossed in just whatever was on consoles. The fact that there was a whole game of just a staircase, that was piss terrifying to me, and it was so weird. It really opened my eyes to the kind of weirdness that indie games on the PC could provide you with. A game like this could never exist on the consoles, and it gave this kind of tension, this kind of horrific immersion that I was completely unfamiliar with. To this day, I have random moments where I'm just like, oh yeah, SCP-087, I remember that game. I'll be watching trailers for a new game, or I'll be scrolling Steam looking for a new game to play, and I'll just have like little screenshots of this game pop into my brain. There is nothing else like it, and I will take that to my grave. This game slaps. It's so simple, but it is so tense, and I loved it. It really helped kind of push me over to the world of indie games and show me what the PC was capable of as a platform for gaming. And while we're on the topic, competitive Super Smash Bros. Melee is one of the best things on the planet. I fucking love competitive Melee, and competitive Melee would not exist if not for NetPlay and the Slippy project. And online Melee NetPlay on the PC not only completely cracked open my love for emulation, but it also cracked open my love for modding. Here's this game that came out on the GameCube in 2001. And not only are you playing it on your computer with better performance and with modded skins and a whole bunch of like input enhancements and controller fixes, but also you're playing online with people. That's bananas. Like, how is that possible? Without spending too much time talking about just how much I love competitive Melee netplay had such a massive impact on my transition to PC gaming because, again, it completely kickstarted my love for emulation and it greatly kickstarted my love for modding. The amount of work that has gone into the Slippy project is incredible. And it's really a testament as to what the PC is capable of as a platform when there is a community of passionate gamers rallying behind it. Overwatch is just never going to be the same, even if they do bring back 6v6 in the original version or the original, I guess, roll queue version, or I don't know. Whatever they end up doing with Overwatch, it's never going to be the same as it was. But the way that it was fucking slapped. I was so into Overwatch from like, I don't know, late 2017 onward. You know, I've mentioned other PvP shooters on the PC that had a good like impact on me getting into mouse and keyboard games, really getting the hang of PvP games on this platform. But Overwatch was the first PvP game on this platform that I got fucking into. I wasn't just experimenting with it. I wasn't just like dipping my toe in or trying to get the hang of things and like, ooh, this game's fun. I'm getting used to it. Overwatch was the first PC multiplayer shooter that I was fucking into, and I will never take that away from it. As much as I love to talk shit about Overwatch today, as much of a mess that Overwatch is today, I will never even attempt to deny how much fun I had with this game and how pivotal it was to me becoming a full-time PC gamer. Because this is a game that I tried on console and just didn't get it. You know what I mean? I just didn't get the appeal of this game on the console, and then I played it on PC and everything clicked. This game plays wildly different on a mouse and keyboard with people who are talking to each other and taking it seriously and actually making tactics together. And I mean, maybe that's what Overwatch on console is like now. I just wouldn't know. I haven't played Overwatch on console in like 7 years now. But Overwatch 1 on PC was a fucking moment for me. I played the shit out of Overwatch 1 on PC and I will never forget all the great memories I have with it. The Witcher 3 is one of my favorite games of all time, which is something that is not really what I was expecting to happen when I first played it, because I'm really not an RPG person. I just don't really have the patience for like 90% of RPGs. And it's totally possible that my reasons for loving The Witcher 3 have nothing to do with the PC itself. But when I was first getting into PC games, I've talked a lot about all the multiplayer games that I played, and then there were a bunch of single player games that I played. And most of them, they were fun, they were great. But these last 3 games that I want to talk about are like the 3 single player games that really, really hammered home to me that I should be playing on the PC. Because The Witcher 3 is another game. I tried it on console. I was just like, okay, it's cool. I like it. But I don't know if there was just something about the time that I tried it, or the time where I played it, or where I was mentally at the time. But when I played Witcher 3, when I booted that game up on my PC, it blew my stupid brain out of my stupid head. It looked incredible. It played incredibly. And I played through Witcher 3 my first time with a mouse and keyboard, which I don't know if that's popular or unpopular, but this was my first time playing like a third-person game like that with a mouse and keyboard versus a controller. And there was just something about it that really clicked with me. The Witcher 3 was the first time I got truly immersed in a single player game on the PC. And maybe that's why I have such a connection to it. And maybe that's why I'm putting it on this list, even though there's really nothing about the game that I guess is solely exclusive to the PC, unless you want to count mods, which I won't count mods because I didn't play it for the first time with mods. And I'm just kind of rambling at this point, but god damn it, I love The Witcher 3. And the first time I truly allowed myself to get super 2 feet into it was when I was first getting into PC gaming. I will always associate The Witcher 3 with that time of my life when I was first getting into PC gaming. I was first living on my own. I had an apartment out in Western Washington, and I just have so many memories of sitting at my desk when on a cloudy day with the rain coming down on my window and just living in The Witcher 3. And maybe that's a personal thing. Could totally be a personal thing. I wanted to put it on the list. It's my video. Okay, number 2. Wolfenstein: The New Order is one of my favorite games of all time, and this is another game that blew my stupid brain out of my stupid head, which is kind of weird because I replayed it recently, and I don't remember the PC port being as janky as it was when I played it most recently. Maybe that's just because I didn't really put a lot of effort into playing around with the settings or anything. But Wolfenstein: The New Order was the first single-player FPS game that I played front to back when I got my gaming PC. And being able to play a first-person shooter with this level of precision, with this level of control, with all of these fancy buttons on my keyboard so I could take full advantage of all the things that the game had to offer as long as I remembered where the flipping buttons were, it was awesome. And on top of that, you have the amazing story of this game. You have the amazing presentation of this game. Wolfenstein: The New Order is a special game. I love this game, and it has a special place in my heart for when I first transitioned to PC gaming. And while we're on the topic of single-player shooters based on id Software properties, I couldn't not put this last one at number 1. Doom 2016 is one of my favorite games of all time. It is also the game that really solidified to me why the PC is a better platform for single-player games as well as multiplayer games. And if you've played Doom 2016 on PC, you know how much of a fucking buttery smooth port this is. This port is incredibly good. So here I was, having only really experienced single-player, AAA games on the console, and then here I am on Doom 2016. The game looks incredible. It's running at like 100 frames per second. I have the field of view cranked up because that's a thing that I know how to do now as a PC gamer. I have my big fancy PC gamer headphones blaring the fucking Mick Gordon soundtrack, and I am having a life-changing experience. Wolfenstein: The New Order was the first single-player FPS game that I played through on the PC, but Doom 2016 fucked my life up in every way a first-person shooter could, and I am a better man for it. If you want the most obvious example of how much better PC gaming is than console gaming, play Doom 2016 on the console, and then play Doom 2016 on the PC. It is a night and day experience, and I never looked back after that. I was splitting my time from, between PC and console at the time, because some games I just like having on my console, on my controller, my achievements. But after I played Doom 2016, it was over. Every single multi-platform game that I played after that was on PC. Doom 2016 changed my life. That's the name of my new YouTube video essay. Doom 2016 changed my life. So yeah, those are 10 games that made me a PC gamer. Okay, that was all I had to say. Bye.